Okay, so sorry I haven't put any videos out in the last week, but I've had some technical problems that I couldn't do any videos during the week while I was in college. So I'm home now anyway, back to the main PC, and we can get working on the next JLab. So we're on to Jlab12 at the moment, and the question is, enter the following values: distance travelled in miles, amount of time in hours, amount of gallons of petrol used. And then the program should display the average miles per hour and the average miles per gallon. And I have a list of the formulas here, you can see them, and we'll be putting them into the program also. So again, as usual, try it yourself before you watch the video, because you won't learn if you don't, but I don't care anyway. So let's get cracking onto the program. So as usual, my Java tutorials, Java, reusable files, copy the two of these, JLabs, and now we're on to Jlab12. Just copy these in, rename that Jlab12, and off we go. Right, so the date is the 12th, oh shite, numlock, the 12th of the 11th, 10. Jlab12, purpose, reading values for distance, speed and time, and calculate the averages. Jlab12 code goes here. Okay, so we'll start by asking the user to input their values. Okay, now the variables we're going to need for this program, first of all anyway, are distance travelled in miles, so we'll say double distance travelled. Then we'll need the amount of time spent on the trip, so time in hours. And finally, the amount of gallons of petrol used. So petrol used. Now we don't need doubles for all of these, but I'm just going to use doubles, just keep it all a uniform data type, I suppose, just for this program. So ask the user to input their values. System.out.print please enter the distance you travelled in miles. Okay, and then distance travelled is equal to input.read double, and a semicolon. So we'll copy these and we paste them another 2 times. Okay, so please enter the distance you travel in miles. Please enter the time it took in hours. And finally, please enter how much petrol was used. Okay, and we'll change our variable names. Shit. No, we're not going to change the variable names to shit. Time in hours. And petrol used. Okay, so next we have to calculate the averages. So we need to calculate 2 different averages, which are the average miles per hour and average miles per gallon. Okay, so double average miles per hour double average miles per gallon. Okay, so calculate the averages. Okay, so let's go back to our formulas. So we need to work out the average miles per hour. So we need to find the distance divided by the time will give us the speed, or average miles per hour. So distance divided by time. So we say average miles per hour is equal to distance travelled divided by time in hours. And that's it, that works out our average miles per hour. Second one is average miles per gallon, which is equal to the distance travelled divided by the petrol used. So distance travelled divided by the petrol used. Okay, and then finally we just have to do a section that displays answers. So system.out.println the average miles per hour is plus average mph, and then we just copy that, paste it on. The average miles per gallon is miles per gallon. And that's it, that's the whole program coded in. We're just going to compile it now. And hopefully the process will build, process completed, and we run it. So please enter the distance you travel in miles. So let's say we travel 200 miles. Took us, I don't know, 2 hours. No, we make it 4 hours. I know you wouldn't do that really, but. And enter how much petrol we used. We say, what, 20 gallons? The average miles per hour is 50 miles per hour. And the average miles per gallon is 10. There you go. That's the whole program coded and working. And again, if you want to play around, change a few values yourself, test it out a little bit, you can. But that's it. There wasn't much then to Jlab 1.2, so hopefully soon enough I'll get on to 1.3.